That is how it happened. So I left Komfo Anokye on that kind of note. Nukrene say, I left a happy man. I left a happy man because I believe that a lot of the things I set for myself say we could do Komfo Anokye dialysis machines, you know, near 1.5. Half because Baku was working at fault. Na Baku de maximum capacity. Me free honor, near 20.
20?
Yes.
Dialysis,
20 dialysis,
kidney problems.
Problems. I dialysis.
How many years now do you Komfo?
We did 28 months, 2 years and 4 months.
And now for all the life of Komfo Anokye, not dialysis here 1.5.
Yes, 1.5 at the time I took over from the first of December. Yes.
CEOs are back on the Juma Medina.
The meme got 2.
Oh, got 2 year 1.5.
1.5.
Fanso the 2. Oh, the 18.
Yes.
Dialysis machine.
Yes. These are
and now they are all still working.
These are statements of fact. Yes, or maybe the new dialysis machine, dialysis center. No, may a friend is saying a friend is saying. Renovation or renovations were done, and in February dialysis machines were sent there. Almost started dialysis.
Abusia we de mamenchia na memo akwa bamfa umbra Randy J report so wadaroma wo NDC ni tie interview na wo MPP ne nso a yamanyo asem to nchen na etie interview ni hu se my Ghana die gina ye pa nano meka se bibiti se ngomahua enisi ye de yamanyo asem bibiti se apomuden enisi ye de yamanyo asem ena biti se bambo security sa na mama yesen yemfa nya yamanyo asem na so ene MPP ni ba na NDC fo apam no NDC ni ba na MPP fo apam no na sa interview e ba bitie be ma ho adwiri wa mu hu se Ghana ye de amanwasema se ne ma bebre no a na wo twetwem ne ba be da adwa so de woni kire mu Komfo Anokye aba ya sabia enema bi akoso ho ama ho kire aba honom e ma impo asante mantem so afo sisi ya Dr. Frank Amoakohene ne ye de ba kwakwo wodne kwa America brochima mu enam so ama nipa bebre no atoma no agu no so se wo ye ne ye a ka wo ye kokko wo ho eni sensem bebre no wan no de enye ho enam ba behwe amanyofo no de omufiri ye sa de ne nyene both MPP ni NDC ni omo maka nyina obia ye ya no de ne yere ko ntie no mpo de enye ho na mehwe nenso so opanipa ya wo no enana ehwe Komfo Anokye aba ya sabia bekire former CEO a wo no enana eda ho no mu a na nado dan kwa kufu ado baye ena wo mo epa no se wo no amna mehwe no me CEO abrantie oyesu kono ma obaye wo hwe mmodi mbo pa obebo no Komfo Anokye aba ya sabia ye nsem trefo ye di dwumadi ahodo achi wo Komfo Anokye die ye hu ne su nipa bida na susu obaye obomodin akwa asantime ewura Otumfuor ho kokosere no se nana wadaroma ade ne si wasase so ahokyera ba no se wa mmemu a emwa ampa asantime ewura ba mu a wonom hyase ne wo mu di dwuma kakran de yakọ wonanim na susu abato ko ye ya NDC amanyoko ba ye na papai ya ba be pam no enema wo hwa brante be ye ne Komfo Anokye aban ya sabia pa no se wono na da so ye CEO de ba be si na minim sen ka niema wo mo de egu akwan mu no de obenya daje etie no phase 1 phase 2 phase 3 nkanye ne se ne amanwasem nti ya pam no a enipa ye de no aba ho ye nkase sebi wonsem fata ye nkase wontimi nya adwuma na enso so ohwe de ye koso ene wo Komfo Anokye aba ya sabia na ohwe interview a ye ba betie papa ni ema odigu akwan mu pa de a na ye hu se ya hwera de papa firi se ne uko Komfo Anokye a impo workers ye wo ho nsem a wo no mo ka technicians ye wo ho eni mpanifo ahodo wo ho no mo nsem wo mo ka se papa ya wo kɔ ide in fact ya hwera de ne ya hwe a ye benu ye hu se ye de ya pomde ho sensem ya amanwasem okasa ya kire mu kwabena minta kando na ye health minister kwanya wo fa so pam no kwabena minta kando yare beda Komfo Anokye aban ya sabia o man fa anya amanwasem o mo hwe no ema wantua teku wantua kapre ehwe wonom ye ju odwale ye enura wonom ye mpane ye bo no nyina wo sore kokwa sabrempo no ye NDC ni enso so sabrempo na o opposition sa na meka na enso so papai wanfa anya amanwasem batene ya pam no afiri ho ensem ahodo be no aka na mpo ansa na korase ye betie ni interview no wo de ye ntie nkomotwetwe kakra bi akoso ene basabasa ye ekoso yi ene ehun pempana de ne de eba de NDC fo ye in fact si ya hwe yi a wono be pam wo mo ye papa ni nyina e de afunufo akogu ho abekunye ye ntie bi
Komfo Anokye hospital.
Yes.
Yara Husamo. Yara Husam. On say Otumfuor a formal board. Nanka or more boy bima. A dear boy Komfo Anokye. NDC for by ones on my normal basa. They are not showing seriousness. Are there you Otumfuor initiative? A man for you committed to support. Near Mama Komfo Anokye nyan into my panfrano. NDC by or my normal basa. Na bibia chese amamono agye omunsem. On say for emergency unit dey koso ho. Is we do okra wunya baby mfa onansi. Things are falling apart. In the end is for munni arrangement bia omode begu akwam. As I said, the bedroom maybe say udu obaya obi unya accident. That's why they call emergency unit one ra ya be sign. Ya nyini pakro ni pakro bewu. There are examples are no bear syndrome e koso memu ama individuals be etimi afam wa hwe omonkwa because some hospital bibi to na hospital kwa unya be binda ena Komfo Anokye teaching hospital, a teaching hospital. A big example for others to also follow. Look at the condition of Komfo Anokye teaching hospital. Things are falling apart. Na see you not one or then way. We see you are one of chief administrator of Komfo Anokye teaching hospital. Again, oh yeah, and I'm open or digu akwem. Obebo emergency unit no. Let me enyan into my prefer. So be ya obi konya asere ne oba nipa ko no mu ana. John Domani Mama, the Minister of Health, they should wake up. A good year also to do, sir, and some on back can I say, do say on by a Jumana Juano. Enough of that. We a leader, and I say, would the VAT when you top to Gumo, it's your kama. You are expected to work. And you are tough away, you were ready, and unquano winning me. Yeah, minister necessary, and sir, a good year no, a trim. It's time for action to be taking place. And you best say the air course were major hospitals in this country. No, serious. Serious pa. Komfo Anokye jin semudia. No be yare dia he fan and pakono obefa. And you best say the CEO of Komfo Anokye. Bakuna no na se no boy we dey own three. There be a complaint nko
ah, Professor. Professor,
please.
Oh, Professor Adai.
Please.
NDC for the big crowd, no free or there yoboya. NDC for ne big crow free or crowd a yoboya. Oh, boy, Juma kama.
Now we say dear, Basa, say Basa. Intino, yes, someone say, a Jumani, I didn't show Monsano. Ya find someone say, move depots, Nama Bajiskana, Moya Gagayo. You were sent there to work. Be bien well, cause you or Komfo Anokye. The Minister of Health. E pacho sorry waka edwan se untimi nya mehu kacha dwan mama se edwan untimi nye won se sanon fo bi from ba we wait my edwan so dey atwo ni be hwe Komfo Anokye because say emergency unit na ye ma na pressure abaso dey there should be an alternative quickly munye ad hoc measures bi nwu akwan na mo hwe say e hon ma ye ma e betimi atransfer amanfo akoba bi foforo within the same hospital ni aboa ma ya hwe ama nipa ho atono. But the rate at which people are dying in the hospitals now are not there. Over say, hospitals are I say necessary or my bread patients no. Who go near show because people back why you must have bread. Munfano Manwa Quam not Komfo Anokye into me fan to my penfra. Nanipa upon Mudin Yamani here say, Obinya accident, Obinya emergency, and I said, Nico Komfo Anokye teaching hospital. We can be assured, say. The person can come back safely. Now the course we there, things are falling out of hands. John the money mama will be beer chese amamono June 70 sorry waka. When you 1.5 years pay our bemu. Be beer and ko ye 24-hour economy ya mu je say kwa de 24-hour economy no mo say market. The baby one market bi one renovate 24-hour economy. You be painting market we are 24-hour economy. No seriousness. and as a man wants for fruit, go for your campaign. Me person because I'm a money for fruit. Omo ye campaign for to me show myself. Na munya to me no, bibia no mo de gu akwam. Necessary for madwuma. Hospitals are choked. Komfo is suffering. No innovation, nothing. Adwuma so obi anya adwuma nya oman mu. What is the future of the youth? Am for we are in a school. There is no direction, no plan for the youth of this country. And I'm for blesser. Into the air can say, John Dramani Mama, sorry waka. Need to anamo efa Komfo and your Komfo the encrying Kolebu, any other areas. There are lots of problems. Most so na solution to the problem. Yes, I believe no. I'm for enkwa a few of because of obi negligence of duty. Nama nipe a free or nipe wusana. Wanje se on my penny say. And we tell you to about the amount. So waka maybe magana for enwuse we the president of this country.
To end on the 30th of November 2024.
Okay.
Now before I be ending no. And our board is extending it for 2 years. And now ABC 2026 November. Now 1st of May 2025 was a Thursday. And so we bought tennis team. My name is tennis club Prempe tennis fraternity.
Yeah.
Now you call takrade. And the more takrade on the 1st, then I had a call. Said the minister wanted to meet all the CEOs in Accra the following day, which was a Friday. And I was in connection with the swearing in of the boards of the various teaching hospitals and the agencies. Pabram agencies share Ministry of Health.
Almost swearing boards.
Boards no. Okay. Now he could draw all the CEOs were there. Now Nokrane said the CEOs are by default members of the boards. But strangely, no CEO was sworn in as part of the board.
So almost swear board it
was obvious that some changes were going to be made. Now Nokrane said November 2024, before the election. And I'm here, my first handing over notes.
Okay. Now with the wire.
My year. February 2025. And I'm here an update. And I was going to do an update in May. And so I May, no, a friend. And it was because some way, somehow, I felt that now the probability is that twice our Komfo no. And no blame a buying per se. And blame because of the kind of politics naturally, in fact, people have started agitating the grassroots of the NDC. Say me MPP ni nkeka ho na was say me free ho ni nkeka ho. Enti ye wie sa swearing in no ye no e be ka che say ye ko e no so ye ntwen. Ye ti wa ye twen no. The CEOs were a little bit agitated. I say Nana Tamale de no manya a new acting CEO because Obekaya the honorable minister call ho into koko dru ho no. And BC.
I know.
The acting CEO was with us. The Oha and Magajom Zonim. And you be a minty and a train until they should calm down. And I'm saying, what do I mean? And I'm saying, this whole ADSN train answering the emir. Manuensi and the befre say the honorable minister wants to see me and the acting CEO of Kolebu. Now acting because Kolebu na CEO nefriho. And my medical director was acting. He was a medical director substantive. And I know acting, as your friend is saying.
And Ukrainians here be frail.
They be frail in the Into your quotna a honor. And I know about me to account so the relationship with him. He was the ranking member on the Committee on Health. Internationally.
And also prior.
I. And I would say the interesting thing is also Prabaha. Obaha Saturday numre ofri hot Tuesday anopa enti as courtesy to him as a leader of parliament, particularly ranking member on the Committee on Health. Nisikano iwevu man eno be ya asemfo for say NDC ni na wevu na yi nisika ama no na mekra be say me NDC ni nkeka ho, but that didn't bother me one bit. because I felt that he was a leader and that he was complementary to the position as ranking member on the Committee on Health. So we had that conversation. Say, he has to tell me. And I'm sure into the bane on person the neighbor. No say immediately. And I'm sure okay. Will I be written to? And also anything to offer me. No. I'm sure okay. Immediately there. If we take rather nearby, into Mesa back to Kumasi Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
But I want to meet my management members and be the one to tell them.
Yes.
Now my small deba, then I say goodbye to the people. And also, some weeks crack and I'm so Debbie.
I mean, Tuesday. No?
Tuesday now, baby.
And I learned that Deba was a crying Deba.
It was quite emotional. Now, me buy Monday, and I'm afraid management meeting. Then I told them, Nipani be an issue, tears. Now, we and I'm organizing Deba. So I threw an invitation to Parkwesi Bedu,
who is the
who
CEO
was
now?
going to, yes, who is the CEO now. Say, Ombra. Na Mimi introducing in Nipano. He indeed came. Although I had heard that there were people who felt that ancestors all banned in Keka home. But Obai. And I think that it was a very good decision he took. So I introduced him. And me can't name fan hokakra and on also microphone no and said quite a lot of deep things. Because Obekaya, me call Komfo no. I had the opportunity to appoint a head of department for orthopedics. And I appointed him.
Yeah,
yes. Now there were a lot of people who didn't like the idea. In fact, Ubikra Kujina baby can say over a dead body in a park with head of orthopedics. And I'm saying no, it doesn't rest in that person's bosom. As long as he fits into my vision for the hospital, he would be. In fact, hospital in Penyinfo be for me. I can say so NDC and I'm say well, he fits into my vision. And that was the relationship I had with Parkwesi. So I introduced him. The following day, Tuesday, I was to go meet him near entrance in the ancient ending Komo. Unfortunately, me call you know. So I left the books with the director of administration. And I'm doing Cries, I say, I bring beer or beba here some membrane ending Komo. Beba, get this uncommon. The truth is that from that time, May, no. I had a call from him in October. That was the very first call I had from him. I hadn't had any text message in Kekao. He admitted to certain things. He made some concessions, but of course, I phone come into I have seen this uncommon because that I don't think that is even necessary. Okay, that is how it happened. So I left Komfo on that kind of note. Nukrene say, I left a happy man. I left a happy man because I believe that a lot of the things I set for myself say it's me. We could do Komfo dialysis machines, now 1.5. Half because Baku was working at fault. Now Baku maximum capacity. Me free honor, 20.
20?
Yes.
Dialysis,
20
dialysis. Kidney problems.
I dialysis.
How many years now do you Komfo?
We did 28 months, 2 years and 4 months.
And now ultimately, all the life of Komfo, not dialysis here 1.5.
Yes, 1.5 at the time I took over from the first of December. Yes.
CEOs are back on the Juma Medina.
The meme got 2.
Oh, got 2 year 1.5.
1.5.
Fanso the 2. Oh, the 18.
Yes.
Dialysis machine.
Yes. These are
and now they are all still working.
These are statements of fact. Yes, or maybe the new dialysis machine, dialysis center. No, may a friend is saying, a friend is saying. Renovation or renovations were done, and in February dialysis machines were sent there. Almost started dialysis now.
18
now
more.
Quite apart from that, we could do Komfo. There was a lot of apathy, a big divide between management and the staff.
As a management one baby
and a staff also
a one baby
staff need trimono managers ne ba eno anso oba no afro so no akwhye so
as a buo ni o
na obohu am bia no opon no oba besne. But that changed It drew weekends at na hospital na say it was dead because there was no effective supervision. Then Komfo also bed man be brain so ma. But that changed.
How did you do that? We understand.
Many directors ni na say one-on-one, and then at the management meeting, I mooted the idea. Say every weekend and on holidays, 2 directors should be on duty. They should maintain a physical presence in the hospital.
Omunsi kachi kakre na
Omomra
mama otia
eti I was say every bia weekend bia ni holidays bia your directors too are omo hospital ho so omo tifi and omo supervise them omo ho no omo nam ho na Tuesday management meeting omo ba no ma ba my report
okay
and I mean weekend no you go about tennis mefa ho intimate what's nimina yes ubusa will be all confirmed not your culture
weekend
yes again on weekdays them here and say sometimes it me continue on the management meeting a kind minutes new year you couldn't business and today there will be no meeting we'll be having the deputy directors monfre head of procurement monfre head of estates we are going on grand rounds 3.5 hours
Tina
a year accident and emergency unit. Okrampo de sana wo hefra. But here consensus ewo the ekoso ewo Komfo Anokye.
Without senior. Me consensus no a bed differ krebi from Niana Enyamisam Okano. Onim NDC for no any intro any nada and no idea drew baby away you. Unim say during COVID, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the research team, a year research a diabetu president Nim say there are 98 districts in Ghana that did not have district hospitals. And no, and I give birth to Agenda 111, the idea of Agenda 111. Now, yesterday, Agenda 111, before you be KATH sword for even the Agenda 111, na MPP for Eddie kind a year, complete a lot of the VAMET projects are minu yenim. Ashanti region alone has about 9 of those VAMET projects. Ayeka they are completed. A byway emfa a nurse for any doctors for engum. Na on operate Senebeya Komfo as a referral center will work as a true referral center. Yenim. Emranamu and I said technically obiti ya you don't go to Komfo Uyam you don't go to Komfo. You go to the smaller hospitals and clinics. Now, my refer to district one and bigger ones. Now, a Drew Tama, I was a refer to the teaching hospital now, and sir, ya refer alcohol. But ya high ama Sisiano, obia soria or Komfo Anokye. As we speak right.
All right, sorry. As
we speak right now, the emergency center has 37 bed capacity. 37. Na sa 37 bed capacity. Na mimiti trotromu na bibi chame mediko honmu. Obinya accident pa na ni chikase ebo yediko honmu. Look at the difference. Sa akoda tu abuba ebo miti na miti pai kakra na moja efrima midiko honmu. And no, it will choke the place certainly. It will choke the place. Enti enusano nke was say omu on say we are government hospital our higher 250 bed capacity. It is totally completed. I have been there severally. Completed. Instead of saying Kayebefa, because I know na be a regional hospital for Ashanti region. Instead of saying be employee nurses and doctors to start operation. And this for about Omonye. And no, ena Hussein, Wadam for Hussein, Eko Chiro say MPP for Ejai Etoho, and NDC for aba bemu, that was their 8th month. And almost say enwura efu hono okay.
Yeah. Mekai pa said there was that
and that was 8 months. Up to today. Omo ano mu twitwa boy say hospital ni ajai si hono. They are 2 years into their government. Omo ye bibi wo hono ana. Enwura na omo ka no, enwura no na ewo hono mu. Afa krampo anyinche ne na ewo hono.
Na sai regional minister so ko kan bi Fasewa hospital no ho. Yeah.
Yeah, wo hai your friend say Oforikrum agenda 111 hospital. It is completed. Your commission in December last year 2024. But aban way by no one far nurses for ankum, one far doctors for ankum. Near what the Minister of Health is rather doing, they say, or to papaso. And I will not say or to papaso na manyen chirichimu. Number one, okay, this same minister, and onono ordinini esi workers no so. Omo ye juma no a doctors for no ono ordinini esi omo so. Bibia na na wasamonu yampamo. On say April 22nd 2025. April 22nd 2025. Ono na kopam Tamale Teaching Hospital CEO no kai.
Yeah.
What was his fault? The facility is under stress. Ensure ni ho. Detergents ni ho. IGF is not enough. Now wako hono na baby airfare. Is it a reason enough for you to fire the chief executive officer? Or fire no? Is it not the same Minister of Health and the NDC activists Eko Bora Reach Hospital Eko Buru Anese Prano also obey for me committee na omoya ehwehwem na the law will take its course. Who say police ni efresa guy no for interview kra. Wanya hwi ewiase no committee na o for me no committee no beka kire mansan say lady no krampo no on prayer. That is a health worker. Yamfa no ntunchen. Fast forward, Komfo Anokye. Look, the CEO has every right say Obeka say the emergency no has taken more than it's supposed to take or is supposed to contain. Yantimi mfani pabium. Nti obiba he has every right to return. Otherwise, otherwise the system that will collapse completely. Which one would save us? So he uses so oye nipa wasua adie say onko tenase and manage honomo. He has to apply. Until he apply his wisdom say, oh Debbie, adiwe I am too much. Aburu sukra. Until if I don't begin to take action to stop them, they will come more. Yantimi and fa. And I all started turning omo. Is that a fault enough for you to fire a CEO or not to summon a CEO to come and answer? Don't you know that he is not turning them back because onono pay? So you are doctor ni. He swore an oath to save life. So system ni ye juma. Why will he turn patients back? So you see, onono instead of say obetina si ye juma no, ye juma no. And one say o hono, unless ni ye mistake or the bet go so. Doctor ye mistake or the bet go so. Ye nti kuroma na obetina simply so can say unless for no. It's not automatic that uko nursing training school na government should employ you. Ukuta nursing certificate that's open. It's not by force say ube practice as a nurse. How can you say this to parents and nurses? Mima shemiba ama no call school for 3 years. We're completely holding a certificate as a nurse. You are telling me, say, it's not compulsory for the person to practice. Upa obetima add the certificate no concern with them. That's a minister talking like that. And now, in some way, I don't think people are listening to that side. And Obiani was to say, oh, you're inviting CEO now or 10 patients away. No, it is not the CEO duty to collapse the system. into oye ni beye bia, then the system will be sustained. So sir Minister of Health nka me na me President John Dramani Mahama nka meyi na sinchen. Because he's not helping. When you mean some kesia okaya in opposition. Okay, in some kesi pa okaya in opposition.
Na ya no one first squad dey back kubewu
Eni number bia
ko le bu hot crowd ko hodo some left tie day.
Oho na me ba no. Onenam keka sa nsam ni nyina no. Obeye Minister of Health no. Wa fix our problems no. Sena oba sawia o. Oba sawia.
Yeah.
Omu ko trade.
Yes.
Omu ko omuko bekwai omuko kumowu omuko afari iminu mienu yetahai since NDC came into power eko 2 years new wohu se obi akọ your friend say afari omu di bed and a chair and I say plastic bowl kra eko afari se wa any bushemu se wa haya what have they done to it? Nkamu so we nyina no who complete ni nyina stock them with doctors and nurses na nka kwale Komfo Anokye no hu be hare no a lot of nipa na omuko bodompem wo hono nka omeko lower tier hospitals hono the pressure will be on Komfo Anokye like that, and then your solution is to fire and call people, summon people, and then throw your weight around by heart like that. No. I will say now you fixing the problem, and not the problem is not the health practitioners. Manum fanini NC health practitioners also.